Oh, all right. Good morning, everyone. Special good afternoon to all my family, all my friends, all my followers from Ghana. Good afternoon to all my loved ones, friends, and family from Nigeria. And special greetings to all followers across the world. Special greetings to all the new followers from Switzerland. God bless you so much. For those who are maybe following for the first time, and those who don't know me, I'm Bismarck Doche. You're welcome to today's program. J Smoke, you're welcome. I want to use this opportunity to thank all those who are contributing to the success of this platform in diverse ways, and to followers who have been sharing all the posts, all the videos on the page. God bless you so much. Without you, we will not be able to achieve anything. I want to use this opportunity to thank two special followers or three special followers who are always sharing the videos. One of them is J Smoke. God bless you so much. Another is Mr. Niklopo Theophilus. God bless you. And Dela Gifty Rovi. God bless you so much. God bless you. You guys are doing fantastic job. Agabus, I can see you. Afternoon, my brother. I hope you are doing very fine. I'm good too. I'm good. Let's wait for some 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Nana Apia Kubi, George. Good afternoon from Ghana. Afternoon, my brother. I hope you are doing good. I hope you are good. It's been a long time. I haven't seen you in a couple of days. I hope everything is well. Good. If you know somebody who may be interested in this important conversation we're going to have, why not? Share the link with him or her. Call him or her to join the feed. Yeah, Justice. Yes, I'm good, Justice. I'm doing good. Mr. Apia Kubi, yeah, you're doing good. And I've been watching your live after these days. Oh, your live later. Oh, you'll be watching later these days. Oh, okay. No problem. No problem, eh? I'm grateful. I'm grateful, my brother. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for watching me, eh? Justice, Aleo. For saying, Alina PM at all. I'm a siama for la PM. I'm a follow. Agbemwa kake. Agbemwa kelo. Agbemwa ke. So a minute so that we can kickstart today's program. So how is life in Ghana? You guys should share some tips with me, man. You know, this place, unlike in Ghana where we are always interested in international news, I haven't heard Ghana in the news in a couple of months here. Nobody. I haven't heard anything about Ghana. Can you imagine? But in Ghana, we are always interested in international news. But just by the way. Just by the way. Okay, I think we everywhere choke. Oh, we all hot. Oh, Justice, everybody is hot. Oh, Charlie, I know the system lah. I've been hotter than everybody. I know, but you know, there is one special thing about life. Those who are warriors never lose any battle. And I know a lot of you are warriors. A lot of you are actually fighters. You fight this battle to the end. So I have no doubt on my mind that you guys are really going to do well. Yeah, Rex, you are here. I can see the beautiful lady behind you on the wall. Is she my friend? LOL. Or is just an image? Okay, to be sincere with you, those things were in the room before I rented the apartment. You know, in Canada, rooms are furnished before you rent it. So I don't even know who the lady is. I don't know, maybe the landlady just use it to decorate the place for it to look very nice. So as you can see, we have another here. Actually, I don't even know who it is, but they just use it to beautify the room. So that is it. She's actually not your friend. So that is correct. I like that vibe. You are so observant. Thank you very much. Now, today we want to discuss an important issue that everybody who wants to travel outside to study, everybody who wants to travel outside on a visitor visa, or anybody who wants to travel outside to work, need this important information to be able to put him or herself together to achieve his vision. Because traveling outside, especially from Africa, it's really challenging. It's really confusing. It's really frustrating because the systems do not favor those of us from Africa. That picture can create problem for you. Oh yeah. Oh no, it wouldn't create any problem. You know, problems are always created when people find it difficult to understand things that are happening. I don't have any problem with that. It won't create any problem. People who are around me are so comprehensive. So that won't be any problem. So as I was saying, situations do not favor those of us from Africa in terms of traveling. So systems are put in place in one way or the other to restrict our movement. Systems are put in place in one way or the other to make things so difficult for those who intend to travel. So it is very important that we start the preparation ahead of time so that we'll be able to beat some of these systems that are put in place to make things so difficult for us. You understand? So it is based on this that I thought it's maybe so important for us to have a discussion of this nature today. So we're going to see some of the things that we have to do, some of the advanced preparations that we have to put in place to ensure that we are able to go through the process in peace. You get that? So that is what we want to have a look at today and see how we can do it. Good. Now, the advanced preparation that we want to talk about today is very important. So if you are somebody who has a pen and a piece of paper with you, it will be so important that you put some important information on paper. But let me give you a caveat. Let me give you an overview of the premise to which I'm saying that it's so complicated for people to travel, especially from Africa to the world, to especially develop countries. We want to talk about Canada. We want to talk about the US. We want to talk about the UK. We want to talk about Australia. We want to talk about New Zealand. We want to talk about Germany. We want to talk about Belgium. We want to talk about Netherlands. We want to talk about all the other countries. I just remember that somebody actually wanted me to send a link to her so that she would join the feed. This person actually wants to travel, and I'll be so happy to I want a lot of you to come. That is why I have created this platform to educate a lot of you to make use of this good opportunity. Human beings are not trees. If you find yourself in a particular place and you realize that things are not working for you, it is very important for you to make a move from wherever you are. So it's important for you to know some of these things. Now, let me give you an overview of why I'm saying that structures are put in place to prevent a lot of us, especially from Africa, to travel to some of these countries. I want to give an information. The data I want to share with you is actually not an estimated data. This is a real data from the website of the government of Canada. You can check it on the website. The website is www.cic.gc.ca. This is the only official website of the government of Canada. So anything you want to do with the government of Canada, you can only do it on this platform, or you can only do it through this platform. So if you are doing something on any other platform apart from the website I have given, then please, you are on your own. Let me share a data with you. I want to share a data from 2019, 2020, and 2021. Because of time, what I'm going to share right now, I just want to share a data on people who want to travel from Ghana as well as Nigeria to Canada. In 2019, a total of 2,800 people applied to study in Canada. Those who want to study range from those who want to study at the high school. You know, our politicians don't allow their kids to attend senior high school in Ghana. Those who want to attend school in high school, those who want to attend school in colleges, or those who want to do their undergraduate programs, those who want to do their postgraduate programs, and those who want to do their doctoral programs in Canada. This data puts all these groups of applicants together, and it sums up to 2,800 in 2019. Out of this number, only 948 applications were approved, and they refused 1,852 applicants. So out of 2,800, they refused 1,852 people. They prevented them from coming to Canada for reasons I'll give you. In Nigeria, 18,088 people applied, and out of this number, only 3,155 people were approved, and 14,933 people were prevented. In 2020, in Ghana, 1,987 people applied to study in Canada. Out of this number, only 361 people were approved. 1,626 applicants were prevented from coming to the country. Their visas were refused. In the same year, 11,563 people applied from Nigeria. Out of this number, 2,073 people were approved. 9,490 people were prevented. In 2021, from Ghana, 4,092 people applied to study in Canada. Out of this number, 737 people were approved. 3,355 people were prevented. Their visas were refused in 2021 from Ghana. In Nigeria, 20,824 people applied from Nigeria. Out of this number, 6,992 people were approved. 13,832 people were refused from Nigeria. You can see the numbers, you can do the mathematics. So you realize that the systems do not favor a lot of people from Ghana, a lot of people from Nigeria to be able to study in Canada. Now, why are they preventing a lot of people from coming here? Based on the reasons that they have given, these reasons are also from them. Based on the reasons that they have given, one, a lot of people do not have enough money to pay for their tuition fee as well as what? Take care of themselves, as well as maybe pay for their living expenses. That is one reason they have given. The second reason they have given is that a lot of people do not have enough documentation to prove what they have put on paper. The white man, everything that you say, they want to see an evidence. So a lot of people are unable to what? Prove what they have put on paper. They have given other reasons, a lot of reasons. Now, so based on these two reasons, you realize that we need to start preparing ahead of time. Now, let's narrow our discussions to why we are here. Now, if you want to study in Canada, the processes are structured, or the processes are in 3 stages. The first stage is the application process, which I have taken the followers through. We've done some 3 or 4 videos on how to gain admission. That is number 1. The second stage is the visa process. And the last stage is your preparation and to relocate to Canada. The most important aspect of this is what? The visa process. Because in 2019, it means 2,800 people gain admission to study here. But majority of these people are unable to what? Get their visas. You see that? Now, why are they refusing a lot of people apart from the reasons I've given? You know, the countries I have mentioned actually base the development of these nations on people who comes to these countries from what? All over the world. So people will tend this to be brain drain. They want people who have some form of value, people who have added values to themselves to come here. So they only want good materials to come here. And you know, Ghana, you can be very smart, you can have the skills, but our systems do not allow us to add that value to ourselves. The system do not allow us. You understand? So it is good that we find strategies to be able to add values to ourselves, so that the visa officers will be able to see that these are good materials that want to come to our country. A place like Canada, they know most of these international students who come here, and they are not here purposely because of education. They are here because they want to better their lives, as well as what? Stay here permanently and finally get their citizenship. They know. So systems have already been put in place. So once you are coming, you know that these are the processes that I need to go through to be able to get my permanent residence, or to be able to get my citizenship. You get that? Now, so let's talk about the document. Let's talk about the document. Now, when you are going to US, you need to go for a visa interview. You need to go for visa interview, and the visa officer can choose to ask you just one question. They can just ask you one question. Who pays your tuition fee? Who be paying your school fees? The school fees is the tuition fee. Who pays your tuition fee? Then you're going to say, my uncle. Then it's who? What happens if your uncle dies? If your uncle dies, then who is going to pay for you? That is where the problems will begin to arise from. You understand? The problems will begin to arise from that, because their systems are designed in such a way that once you are born, they pay an amount of money to children over here. Every month, that amount is paid to their parents' account or their account. So by the time the child attains at the age of 18, he or she has a lot of money. If they are paying them about $600 per month, 600 times 12 times 18, they are having about 129,000 plus. These people are already maybe middle income earners. So if you are from Ghana and you say your uncle is going to pay your tuition fee, they are likely to ask, what happens if your uncle dies? Someone may be working for 20 years. He or she hasn't even saved up to 15,000 Ghana cedi in his account. You know the system. That is reality. Then they ask another 2 questions. They tell you, I'm sorry, we can't grant you visa. But for Australia, everything is done online. They will assess your documents and ask you to do your medicals, and your visa will be approved. In Canada, There is nothing like interview. In place of the interview, you write what is called letter of explanation. People also call it statement of purpose. The statement of purpose for visa application is different from the statement of purpose for master's program application. So you need to write your letter of explanation, explaining why you want to study in Canada, why you want to study that particular program, why you want to study in that university, your future plans, things that you have done, and how the program you come in to study is going to contribute to the development of your country. You want to go to Belgium, you also need to go for that interview. That interview in Belgium is actually a written one. So those who want to study in Belgium will actually need to go to Ivory Coast, submit their documents, and do the interview. The interview is a written one if you want to go to Belgium. So you see, so you need to present enough documents to convince whoever will be reviewing your documents that indeed I am what? A good, indeed, I have added value to myself and I'm a good applicant for you to grant me visa. One of the first things that everybody needs to have is his or her birth certificate. You need to have your birth certificate. There are a lot of us who are even workers in Ghana, Nigeria, and in Africa who do not even have birth certificate. The birth certificate is very important in 3 ways. 1, it confirms your date of birth. Number 2, it confirms who your parents are. And number 3, it confirms your citizenship. So everybody needs to have his or her birth certificate. So if you do not have your birth certificate, please work on it as soon as possible. Number 2, if you are somebody who has children, it is very important that you have birth certificate for your children. Once your child is born at the hospital, most hospitals will give you a birth certificate, a temporary birth certificate that will last for 1 year. So sometimes just after few months you've named your baby, just do a biometric birth certificate for your child. You understand? This birth certificate can actually be used to prove what is called proof of ties. Proof of ties to your home country simply means that there is something important in your home country that will compel you to come back. On paper, everybody needs to put on paper that I'm coming to do something in Canada or any of these countries. And at the end of the day, I would like to go back to my home country. So you need to prove this, or you need to show proof of ties. So you have your kids. On the birth certificate, it shows who their father is and who their mom is. So your name is there. It proves that you have something very important in your home country and you like to go back there. You get that? Good. Another important thing is that a lot of us are married or we have our wives, but in one way or the other, we are unable to get married to these people legally. If you have a baby or you have a woman is living with you, please try to legalize that marriage. Legalize the marriage and have your marriage certificate. The marriage certificate can actually prove that, wow, you are married and you have kids. There is no way you leave your wife and kids in Ghana and you wouldn't want to go back to Ghana. So the visa officer will see that, oh, you have something valuable there. So you use your marriage and use your kids as what? A proof of ties to your home country. This can do a lot of magic for you. It will do a lot of magic for you. Now, if you are married, you know who your husband is and you know who your wife is. One way to also prove the genuineness of your marriage to the visa officer is that you and your wife can decide to have a joint bank account. Have a joint bank account. Now, I'm saying that you should know who your wife or who your husband is. I'm not here to promote married couples to have joint bank accounts or whatsoever. We are discussing everything in relation to traveling. I don't want to go into that argument. Have a joint bank account. Mr. Ama and Mr. Kofi. Don't do it Mr. and Mrs. So your names should appear. Then this shows that, oh, these people are actually married. They are still together. And if you both of you are salary workers, at the end of every month, make sure you run the account. You take your salaries and drop it in the account. And be taking it small. Whilst you are doing that, you are running the account. It shows that both of you are actually working. Run that account, because one of the major challenges is that a lot of people do not have money. And how do you show that you have money? You can only show you have money through the bank account, the closing balance, and how effective you have run this in the account. So that is what you need to do. You get that? Good. Now, let me also refer to this. Now, it is very sad that those of you who are watching me right now, if we have to check, if we should check right now, a lot of us do not even have passport. A lot of us want to travel, but we do not have passport. But passport is the only traveling document that you need to show. It's the only traveling document that you are going to even send to the embassy for your visa to be stamped in. It is also important that we acquire passports ahead of time. How can you do that? The cost of passport is just 250 Ghana cedis and 350 cedis or so. So you can apply for passport ahead of time, and these 250 and 350 passports, within 2 to 3 months you get it. It's very important that every worker in Ghana should have a passport. It's supposed to even be mandatory. So if you are a worker in Ghana Education Service, you are a decision maker in any district education office or municipal or wherever, it is important that you make it compulsory for teacher trainees who complete colleges of education and they are posted to your region or district. Make it compulsory for everybody to have passport. Because most people who do not have passport, they turn up to go and do this expensive passport. If you need passport within a week, you are paying 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, or even 3,000, as the Minister of Foreign Affairs even stated some time ago. So you see, you need to get your passport ahead of time. It's very important. Just make it a priority. Get it ahead of time and see how best you can do it. Now, I know a lot of people have a lot of assets. People do not have assets. They will refuse your visa because you do not have assets. People have land. If you have land, you need to have documents to show that indeed you are the owner of the land. You must have documents to prove. The indenture alone is not enough. Make sure you register your land. And let me give you this free advice. If you are somebody who comes from a village like me, whose parents have vast plot of land, you can just send a surveyor there, get some document. He should just maybe prepare a document on 10 acres of land for you. Let me say this one. Sorry to those who cannot comprehend the ewe. Miato yo le fide. Anigba me lo ogbo. Ta no poba me da anigba le side. E ta ba miela ke sino nu ga le si. Ta wo agbale da anigba ji. You know, menye reka le few time le yi brother begwem. Wa agbale da anigba ji. Plesu subere. Wa pobe ke sino nu fa vade la si o. So those who come from Ghana, they talk say make you get documents on your on any land. Could it be for your father or somebody? 10 acres of land. Have documents on it. Have documents on the land. Then you use this to prove that you have an asset. I'm even going to link how we can even show the visa officer that the land you are having, if you are writing the letter of explanation, prove to the visa officer that that land you have actually acquired is even meant for a particular purpose in the future. If you are a nurse, even say that land is meant for this in a hospital you intend to build in the future. If you are a teacher, you can even say that land is actually meant for a school you want to set up in the future. If you are somebody who is coming to read a business-related program, you can even say that land is a business, is a company you intend to put on it in the future. It's a firm you intend to put on it in the future. You are telling him or her your future goals. You are telling him or her what you intend to do in the future. These things will convince the visa officer to actually grant you visa. So you see, all these things needs advanced planning, needs advanced preparation to be able to accomplish it. These are things that nobody will tell you. These are informations that agents in Ghana are selling to people at 90,000, at 70,000 Ghana cedis, at 30,000 Ghana cedis. These are valuable information that a lot of us do not have. So these are things you can do. If you have a house, have proper documents on it. You can even snap a picture of your house. Stand at the front of your house. Stand at the front of it. Take picture of you. Send it. Use it with other documents to present to the visa officer. Let him see that you own a house. You own a property. You own an asset in Ghana. You own an asset in Senegal. You own an asset in Mali. This is an asset. I can't afford to what? Leave it. So you see, you can do that. Now let me say this. When we were in Akachi College of Education, you know, I have a lot of friends. Golda was a good friend. Abajivo was a good friend. And a lot of people. In those days, after we finish our supper, Abajivo and I will sit closer to the lecture Koba hall and be having our discussions. One day I just told Abajivo that based on how I have seen teaching to be, based on what they have taught us, I wish to set up a business when I complete college. That is something I want to pursue. So once they posted us, I was sent to Have Hajidekope Basic School in Have Ando, number 2, or Jerusalem. When they started paying our salary, I set up a business in Bando. I was selling building materials. I want to tell you something, that's why I'm saying this. I was selling building materials and other general merchant. That time, I was only saving money in my salary account. I have somebody who was selling for me. I was in Jerusalem. So I've been moving to Pando to monitor the business. So we save, we do the daily savings in my salary account at GCB Pando. One day I went to the bank. Then the lady who was the teller told me that the bank manager wanted to see me. I said, hey, what happened? He said, no, manager wants to meet me. The manager then was Mr. Haibo, that slim, dark man. I went to his office. Then I introduced myself that the lady in the teller said he wants to see me. He said, yes. They realized that I've been doing daily savings in my salary account. And based on the amount of money that keeps coming into the account, I can't use my salary account for the business. So I asked, what do I have to do? He said, I need to open a business account. So he asked if I've registered a business. I said, no. This was in 2015. I said, no. He said, no, I need to register the business. In actual fact, I had no thought of what even goes into business registration. Then he said, if you link one of the workers who is responsible for this in small scale businesses, small and medium scale businesses at the branch to help me register the business. If anybody is related to Mr. Haibo, I don't know if he's on retirement or wherever he is, tell him that I'm grateful for that advice he has given me. That actually helped me in diverse ways. So Mr. Haibo actually called one Henry. He also worked at GCB Pando. Now he works at Bank of Ghana. He's in Accra. So he gave me his number. He called Henry and told him that he wanted to give his number to one customer. Henry helped me to register my business. Now, because I've registered my business, that gave me an opportunity to be able to prove to the visa officer that I was running a business in Ghana and I was earning from the business. Because when I registered the business, I opened a bank account in the name of the business. Those who know, the business is called Mark Onabinke Ventures on Kujra Road, Mark Onabinke Ventures. So when I was explaining to the visa officer, I told him that I have a business that I set up. The purpose of the business is to give me second stream of income. So I earn a lot of money from the business to look after myself, to take care of myself, to take care of my family. So I make a lot of money from the business. So I have actually sent him. I use the business registration certificate. The Form A actually gives the detailed information of who the owner of the business is. So I added this Form A to the business certificate, the bank account of the business, and even use receipts that are even that were issued to me if I go to Accra to buy goods. The receipts that I get, I added the receipt as well as the district assembly taxes that we've been paying. I added this and I gave it. I sent it. I uploaded it with other documents and presented it to the visa officer. You know, this will do a lot of magic for me. So I even explained to the visa officer that in my absence, whilst I'm in Canada, my wife will be managing the business, and the proceeds, the profit that she'll be getting from the business, she'll be using it to look after the family. And sometimes whilst I'm in Canada, I'll be able to fall on money from the returns from this business to be taking care of myself. So you see, the visa officer will be thinking, wow, this guy is a good material. Even though he's a teacher, he has a business background. He will help to contribute to the development of our country. Let's approve his visa. I'm not telling you this for you to know that, no, this guy has business. No, that is not the reason. The reason why I'm telling you is that as a teacher, you actually need to have a business. See, I've been discussing with one of my friends, Sir Otis. He's a very good friend. He was with me from the beginning to the end of this journey. I've been telling him things that I knew from 2017 to 2019. If I had knew them earlier, I could have used it to do something better. Teachers actually have 1,001 opportunities based on what we do, but maybe we are not privy to such information, so we just don't want to do it. Every teacher is supposed to be education consultant. As a teacher, you're supposed to be a consultant. You see, you're supposed to be a consultant. Register a business in your name. Register a business in your name. You are a teacher. Godwin Educational Consult. Godwin something consortium. You're supposed to have a business. That business should be relating to what you are doing. You have this in Wallace Academy. These are remedial classes that people began and finally they turn into school. As a teacher, you can have a school. Have a school. As a teacher, you can register the extra classes that you have been organizing for kids. Those you knew me. In 2018, 2019, I was doing extra classes in Ghana when things were tough for me. People were paying me 350 cedis per month from 2018 to 2019 to 2020. One person, I only come to you 3 times. People were paying me 350 Ghana cedis. Minimum was 200 Ghana cedis. Some parents were actually even paying for my TNT. The same motor rider, if Don Secret is watching me, I knew him through this. I was teaching one woman who teaches at this Pando Secondary School. I was teaching his son. You understand? When I come, I'm going to explain to you what exactly I'll be doing. I was teaching in Miracle Preparatory School. If you are a parent who wants to hire me to teach your son, when I come, I'm going to explain to you things I'll be doing. I'll tell you that I'm not just going to organize the remedial classes as usual for your son or daughter. All the examples, once I introduce the topic, all the examples that we'll be treating will be what? Past question from BEC. The examples will be solving under each topic will actually be BEC past questions. I explain to you things that we are going to do. So when I charge you, you have no reason to even ask me to reduce it. If I had wanted, I could have registered that under the Registrar General's department. How much does it even cost to register a business? Just 300 cedis. do that as a teacher. So when you are coming, you explain to them. Explain to them that this is what I have been doing. Actually, I have even employed other teachers who are helping me to even teach. So if you are coming to read education-related program, tell them that at the end of my program, I want to go back and continue with this. I want to go back and even expand my school from just being a basic school or from just being a kindergarten to a full, expanding it from basic school to a senior high school. And in the future, I envisage having a university. This will convince the visa officer, you know, that this is a good asset. Don't forget, Canada is one of the best countries when it comes to quality of education. So once they see that you are somebody who has this deep information, deep passion for education, they will approve your visa. So you see, let me even give this free advice. Now, a lot of nurses want to travel to UK. A lot of people want to go to Australia. For Canada, if you want to come and you are from Ghana, you don't need to write International English Language Testing System. See, people in Volta, we don't even have anywhere where they teach IELTS. If you are a teacher, you have a strong English background, you have a strong speaking background, strong reading background, strong listening background, strong writing background. I will advise you to just go and attend IELTS class in Accra. If you are interested, you can even send me an email. I'll give you a contact number of one of the best IELTS teaching centers in Accra. A teacher, just go and attend the class for just 2 months or 1 month. Come back. Come and set up IELTS, International English Teaching Testing, IELTS class center in the Volta region. You can set it in Pando. You can set it in Eho or Hokwe. Just float an advert. A lot of nurses will attend. A lot of people who want to attend school in Australia will come and attend it. Register that. I have actually taken IELTS before. I've taken it in Accra. I knew a lot of people from there. A teacher, you can see. I attended the class for just 1 month. I paid 2,000 Ghana cedis. 2,000 Ghana cedis. The people made it so nice in such a way that they even have accommodation for people who are not coming from Accra. Accommodation was 600 cedis just for a month. You register that as a teacher and as a nurse. To me, every nurse is supposed to even have a drugstore or what we call the over-the-counter. If I say drug, I'm only referring to medicine that people take, para and all those things. As a nurse, you need to have a over-the-counter shop. Have it and get it registered. Register it. So when you are coming, you use that as a business. You use that to prove ties to your home country. And let me also give this free advice. If you are a nurse and you are posted to, or you are teaching in, you are a nurse in Chinderi, you are a nurse in Titiaka, you are a nurse in Obuasi, you are a nurse in Puasi Cement, you are a nurse in Jinji, you are a nurse in Mimpaisem, you are even a nurse in Papase, maybe you are a nurse in Hamasu. See, for example, Puasi Cement, my village where I was born, Butabe is there, Obuasi is there. You can just get some back if you have registered your over the counter, or a day you are off, get your Mapuka moto and go to the villages to sell your medicine. Already you are licensed, so that will not be against the policies or the terms of your license. You are even a nurse. You can even go and sell these malaria drugs. Malaria is killing a lot of people in Ghana. These are all income earning opportunities. You get a lot of money from here and travel out of Ghana. So you understand. So once you have registered your business, make sure you open a bank account for the business and be running the business. Run the business. When I was doing my visa application, I have actually taken a picture from my shop One day I'll share that picture on the platform. I've taken the picture in the shop with one of the boys who was even selling for me then. We've taken a picture. I've taken a picture with the boy. We're in the shop. I added it to the documents I submitted to the visa officer. That yes, this is the shop that I run. I'm actually the chief executive officer there. Thanks to one of my good friends who was also there for me, VK, Mr. Mu. Mr. Mu now works in Ghana Commercial Bank in Pando. If you see him, Ghana Commercial Bank in Huawei. If you see Mr. Mu, thank him for me. Mr. Mu has been very instrumental in this business journey. You see, he gave me some guidelines that I was applying. So when I sent this into the visa officer, wow, these are things that work for me. Run the account, run it. Any money you have gotten, if you have friends or you have somebody who is running a business, you can even convince him to be depositing money into your account. So you see that, be depositing money into your account. There are people who those days could come and buy cement from me. Then I ask them to go and deposit the money into the bank account. Then if he's going to deposit, they are going to deposit the money. The description will be payment of purchase of cement. All these things will show in your bank account. Purchase. So they know that, oh, this person is actually selling this thing. This person is actually running a business. So you see that? That is it. So this person is actually running a good business. It will work for you. It's very important. Now you are a worker in Ghana Education Service. If you want to do your visa application, you need to add your appointment letter. Your appointment letter will clearly shows that you are somebody who is employed by the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Education or the Ministry of or the Ghana Education Service. So you need to show your appointment letter as proof of appointment. If you are somebody who is working for somebody, even if you are doing momo for the person, if you are doing or you are even selling pure water for somebody, let the person give you an appointment letter, so that you use that to show proof of appointment that you've been employed by somebody. So you see that you've been employed by somebody. Don't let the person even give you money at the end of the month. The salary should be paid through your bank account. Even if it's 2 cedis, let the person pay you through your bank account. Those days, I have been running my business in Pando. I don't pay any of my employees by cash. Once I employ you, those SHS graduates I've employed, once I employ you, the next thing you need to do is I'll ask you to go to Ghana Commercial Bank and open a bank account. I don't want to pay you by cash. I want to pay you through the account. Every month, if I want to pay, I'll go and deposit the money. Then I'll describe it. Payment of salary for August. Get a bank, this thing, appointment letter for whatever you are doing. And as a teacher, let me now say that if you are a teacher, even if your head teacher appoints you as a form master, as a curriculum lead, as even a project officer, tell your head teacher to give you an appointment letter. He should give you a document that clearly shows that you've been appointed to perform a special role. All these things, you need to use it to prove to the visa officer that this is what I have been doing. Let me say this. Thanks to Miss Ablometi, she appointed me as the assistant head when I was in Pando Gabi MAGHS. Thank you so much for seeing the leadership skill in me. The son is actually on this platform at the New Delight. Tell your mother I'm always grateful. When I was writing my letter of explanation, I actually told the visa officer I am the current assistant head of the school. In absence of the headmistress, I am the one who does the day-to-day running of the school. I ensure that teachers are teaching. I ensure that we teach the kids to ensure that the kids are able to pass their basic center education certificate. In absence of the headmistress, I ensure that we train the kids to have a good behavior. We train the kids to have or to develop proper moral values in accordance with what the curriculum we are running. And when they introduce the standardized based curriculum, I was the curriculum lead. So I told the visa officer that I ensure that what we are teaching actually conform with what the curriculum. We do not teach things that are not in the curriculum. We run professional learning communities. That is a professional learning community, right? The PLC. So in the PLC, I'm the one who leads the PLC. So I ensure that we have discussion, we provide solutions to teachers who are having difficulty in teaching some of the topics. I wrote that. I told the visa officer that I am the one who helped the head teacher to ensure that we register the kids for the BEC, we register the kids, we guide parents and kids in choosing their programs that they want to study in the senior high school. So I serve as what? As a course guidance or the course advisor to the kids, as well as the parents. You see, and those days, if Selom is watching, thank you, Selom. Selom works in the education office, Kwando education office. Those days when the headmistress appointed me, I would just be there. She would ask me to go to Selom, so that Selom and or Sami will take me through how the SPIP is prepared, or how we need to prepare PV. We need to raise PV for the things we have, the items we purchase. So I told them, I do those financial things. We prepare those PVs to ensure that we work, the capitation grant that is sent to the school is done properly. So I have the document, so I prove. Those days I've even taken picture when I was even doing the course explanation to the kids, the school selection process. I've taken pictures, I've sent it to the visa officer. So you see that. Now, another thing that I have done. I was born in village. I'm not coming from any rich family. I always tell you that I know how to do it from the poor background, from the humble background, but I do not know how to make it from the rich family. Thanks to all those who helped me. Special thanks to Adre Otis. Special thanks to Eglese Fako. Special thanks to Roxin Kubapan Mana. Special thanks to Asrafo Godwin. Special thanks to Agbavo Rose. Special thanks to Rosemary in Trafalgar. Special thanks to Madam Millicent. Special thanks to Mr. Kaka. Special thanks to Jerry. He works in Ghana Education Office in Padoba. Now he's in, I think, Ketabusco or wherever. And all those people who support the idea of God Foundation. You see, I was born in village. We attended school in Butabe. We walked so many miles to school. We walked 2 hours to school, 3 hours to school. I moved from Butabe to Pasi Semen. When I was attending JHS. So I've been thinking what exactly I can do to at least have some form of impact on kids who are there. You know what I've done? One day the thought just came for me to form a foundation. This is a big one. So I discussed it with Mr. Sedo, Grandpa. I just shared an idea with Grandpa. Based on that idea, I shared with him and Mr. Kwampa. That brought me to Canada. So I told him that I wanted to have foundation. He said it's a good idea, I should go on. So I called the headmaster of Butabe EP Primary School. That was where I began attending school. So I'm in school. Those who knew there will tell you. So I told him that I'm an old student of the school. What can I do in my small way to actually help the school? Excuse me. I told him, what can I do in my small way to help the school? He mentioned so many things. Then I told him that, okay, I hear. I have a foundation. Once I conceived the idea, quickly I registered the foundation with other people. The foundation does things in relation to education, relating to health, relating to livelihood, relating to agriculture. And yes, the livelihood has to do with poverty eradication and all those things. So the objectives of the foundation were actually formed based on the SDG goals, the Sustainable Development Goals. Goal 4, Sustainable Development Goal 4 talks about providing quality education or providing access and quality education. 1 talks about poverty reduction. So I actually said the objectives on what? The SDG goals. So when I was writing my letter of explanation, I told the visa officer that I was born in a typical village. Teachers in the school were not even up to, so some of us do not even have teachers to teach us. So in some of the classes, they have to combine 2 or 3 different grades in one particular class, and it was true. So I endured a lot of challenges growing up, a lot of challenges when it comes to my educational journey. And when I went to senior high school, my parents were living in the village. So sometimes you can even call my mom for 2 months, the call will not go through. The network was very poor. So I told the visa officer, sometimes I don't even go to school. I need to go and work. Sometimes I absent myself from school. Just go and work for somebody. Get money to come and buy my foodstuffs to be able to live on. The next day I'll go to school. If Jamposu Felix is watching, I call him Bob Little. If Bibrinti Alfred, those guys were good to me then. And if Amu Perfect, you are watching, thank you. That lady, we were in the same house. Those days she has been giving me gari. She gives me gari, sugar, Milo, and granite. When their parents bring it to her, things were tough. I told the visa officer things that I have to go through. And when I completed training college, I was posted to a particular village. That village, there were no food vendor on the school compound. I was teaching P3. Food that I sent to the school to eat, I have to give it to the kids in my class. P3, there were only 4 kids in the class. So I told the visa officer, when we were in that school, if second is watching, can attest to this, Harry and Co. When we had P5, we were not having any classroom. So by then I was the project officer in the school. So we organized, the PTA came to prepare some shade for us. Second organizers, we were able to lay some dwarf wall under the fence. So we were teaching the kids in the shade. We were able to lay the dwarf wall under it. So I told all this into the visa. So when I wrote this, I actually called Second. When he was the head teacher, then I told him that, I was the project officer that time when we began this project. So I told him that I've written something to one of the, I didn't tell him I wanted to travel. I've written a letter to an organization outside the country. And indeed, I told the organization that under my watch as the project officer in the school, we were able to do this. So when I set the foundation, I explained this thing. So the foundation was done in this. So the names of colleagues I've mentioned, they helped me. Madame Millie actually went to Accra to buy the things. We bought pencils, we bought pen, we bought exercise books, we bought notebooks. Names of people I mentioned. Some people even gave me, supported us with uniforms, books, and all those things. The proprietress of Misawe Montessori in Pando, she actually gave me 20 story books. We added all this in and we sent it to Butabe. That is the school I've attended. If you check, God M Foundation is on Facebook. We have done that. When we went there, Wago Asravo, he is the program coordinator. He spoke on things we'll be doing. Madam Sefa spoke on girl child education. Sir Otis spoke on what should be done to ensure that they can balance school and something. I also spoke on things. We have taken pictures. I added all these pictures and I sent it to the visa officer. I'm so passionate about that village. So we have done this. So I shared some of the pictures with the visa officer. This is what I'm doing in my community. So you think the visa officer has a room to refuse me visa? No. He knows that I am doing something to impact positively in my community. I told him I wanted to do something important for that community. I'm so passionate about that. If you are somebody who can do it, why not? All of us cannot form foundation. So if you are here, you can join any foundation at all. We were doing this, a lot of people don't even support us. I even personally appeal to people to just support us with purchase of one exercise book. It was just 3 CDs. People were not willing to do it. A lot of people were not just willing to help me buy one exercise book. A lot of people refused. But the names of people I have mentioned with many others are willing. They supported me. They supported us. Join any foundation. So if you are going to, you know, these people, they like community service so much. They like community service. So if you are going to do your visa application, go to the directors of the foundation or the leaders. Tell them this is what they want to do. They will give you this letter of recognition. You understand? They will give you recommendation. The recommendation they will give you do a lot of magic for you. They're going to give you the recommendation and say that this person is actually part of this foundation, either the education committee, the health committee, or whatsoever committee. And he has been contributing significantly to the development of the foundation. These people, they like community service so much. This will do a lot of magic for you. You see, a friend of mine was traveling. He's also part of the foundation. He was traveling, and I told him that, Charlie, we need money to run this foundation. We need money. We started some projects in the village. We're putting up bungalow for the teachers in the village. It was 5 chamber and hall. Bungalow for the teachers. Chamber and hall, 5. We're doing it in the village, Butabe. The community is supporting. The community actually put up the bungalow. That foundation has to roof it. So my guy is traveling. He was refused visa. So he told me. So he said we should just check and see. Me, I'm not a visa agent. I'm just sharing my personal experiences with you. I'm not an immigration consultant or no. My personal experiences. So what did I do? We went through it and I said, Charlie, my guy, I've seen some loophole because community service is key. You are part of the foundation. We're doing this, you didn't tell me. We can give you recommendations. So I discussed with other people who are the executive directors and the secretary. So what do? We gave this guy recommendation. He's a nurse. We give recommendation that he works with the health committee. His contribution is significant. And we are even building a dormitory for teachers in the community. He has actually supported us. He's a key member of the team. You know, he was approved visa. His visa was approved. He's gone. Join any foundation. Join any non-governmental organization. Be part of it. That can do a lot of magic for you. I didn't do this alone. I've mentioned names of people who have actually supported me. So you see, that is it. It's not only important that when you go to church and they are doing how do they even call it? They are running I don't know, fundraising in churches that people will go and be contributing money. When we are doing things to help people who are less privileged, people are not interested in that. Will you write in your visa letter of explanation that you have been supporting your church activities? Do you have any proof? No. But this one, there is proof. You are doing something as pro bono. They like community services so much. Let me see if there are any questions. Let me see. Good. People are asking questions. Let me see. Let me answer some questions and move on. Agebo is asking, what about customary marriage certificate? I only know, the laws in Ghana actually recognizes marriage by ordinance. That is backed by law. Marriage by ordinance, which is backed by law. So If you have done a customary marriage, I do not know. What I know is what I'm telling you. It will be important you do the marriage by ordinance certificate. Try to do that. It will help you a lot. That one is backed by law. Even if your church is actually gazetted for doing that. You know, some churches are gazetted, and the marriage certificates they give is actually the one that is recognized by the laws in Ghana. You understand? So that is it. Agebo, that is it. Then J Smoke. Okay, Ajena, thank you. What about the certificate that is issued by the registrar at the court, but not the church certificate? No. The marriage certificate that is issued by the court is actually a legal one. It's a legal document. So you don't even have any problem with that, Rex. What if I'm having a farm? Agabo, farm is a big deal. We have spoken about farm a lot. So register it. A friend of mine, Blewuji Francis, has a poultry farm in Loba. He has a poultry farm. I think he said his farm is what? Golda and Co Ventures. Golda and Co Ventures. You can have Agabo farm something. You understand? That is big deal. Agabo poultry farm something. Or Agabo piggery something. That is big deal. If you have farm, register the farm. Register it is very important. Oh, Solis, you are doing well, Uncle. Thank you very much, my sister. Thank you very much. Then Marvin, can you candidly speak on proof of funds? Oh, I've spoken about that. Use the bank statement to prove that. I've spoken about it already. You mean the bank statement? Yeah, I've spoken about that. You register the business, have a bank statement for the business, and you need to run the bank statement. You understand? Run the bank statement, have a lot of money. Let a lot of money pass into the bank account. Let the money pass through it. Once the money is passing through the bank account, what are you doing? You are going to use the bank account to actually prove that. I have my bank account with me. I have it here. That is what I use the bank account for. Mark Onabinke Ventures. I use the business certificate, I use the bank account, I use the receipt of registration, I use the Form A, and the receipts I even get from those I buy goods from in Accra. I added those things. I added a picture of me with one boy in the shop. I added that. Boom. Do they necessarily need to see the ending balance? Yeah, the closing balance is key. The closing balance in the account is actually the money you're having in the account. The way you run it just shows that money passes through the account every day. But the money the closing balance shows that the money you are having in the account, that will help you to pay your tuition fee, that will help you to pay that will help you to even pay for your living expenses over here. It's very key. I told you accommodation is expensive here. The minimum you can get is $500. Where I am, this place is $700 per month. So the money you have, the closing balance is actually what you are going to use to prove to the visa officer that this is the money I have in the account. Because you may not have enough money, you need to get a sponsorship. Get somebody who will sponsor you, but you also need to show your personal bank statement. That's why I've even advised that you can have a joint account with your wife. Have a joint account with your wife. Or you have your business registered and use that to prove it. You understand? So that is it. So the foundation really did a lot of things for me. So please, let's help those who have foundation. Let's help so that you can get the recommendation letter to back it. I'm only telling you this in advance. If you are somebody who wants to even come to Canada by next year, because some people have already sent me message that they have already done the school application. To quickly put this thing into practice, by next year you would have started making some improvement. The foundation and its recommendation is a big deal. People do not even care. I personally called some people, they do not care. They think that, oh, you are doing this thing, you want us to support you. No, you see, that is our mentality. Things that I told the visa officer about that community, I'm going to do it. When I came here, I started speaking to people. You know, these people, they like those no sort of thing. I've even gotten one lady. She told me that she like it. I said, oh. Then I told her that I have some foundation in Ghana. We support people who are in less deprived communities. This is what we were doing. Say, wow, that's big deal. She would like to be part of that family. So you see, I've started like to be part of that family. One day, these are people that I'll be sending to Ghana. We'll send them to that village. We want to develop that school. The way we have suffered in that village, I want kids in the near future shouldn't suffer in that village, because it's something I told the visa officer, and I want to, that particular foundation, I'm so passionate about it. I want to do it. I tell you, let's all try and come here, learn and go back to develop our communities. That is what we are doing. Now, it is also important that we have our vaccination. You know, there are certain diseases that nobody wants to allow it into their country. So you need to be quick with your vaccination. Your yellow fever card is big deal. If you are somebody who intends to travel, go and take the yellow fever vaccination. Take it and have the yellow fever card. The yellow fever card talks about now the COVID vaccination is also into it. Then N1, H1, measles, those 6 killer diseases are in the yellow fever. Go for your yellow fever card. They will check it. You see, and in Ghana, and when the COVID came, people are not willing to take the COVID vaccination. It's key. Now they are restricting it. When I was coming, they didn't check the yellow fever card in Ghana. But when we go to Egypt, they checked it. They will check your yellow fever to see that you've taken the yellow fever vaccination. You just need to take that once in a lifetime or whatsoever. You need to take it. Take the yellow fever vaccination, even if you are going to do your visa medical. When you go to the Archive House in Cantonment, closer to the American Embassy, after taking through the visa health vaccination, they will ask you to go to the vaccination center. They will ask you based on the country you are going. Every country with which sort of vaccination you must take. All the countries will check your yellow fever card. So once you have that, that is cool. If you do not have it, it means that you need to what? They need to give you the vaccination and you pay. So you see that. You do that. And if you have somebody who have taken the yellow fever card and you want to go, what do you have to do? You go to any district or municipal health directorate closer to you, send your yellow fever card to the place. They will stamp it in the I think health promotion unit. They will stamp it with the district director of health signature. They will stamp it to show that it is authentic. Do that and you are good to go. You see? Then I've spoken about, let me see. So that is that. So everything that you have written in the this thing, you need to prove. If your visa interview is even face to face, you need to prove it with these documents. So you need these documents by your side to be able to prove it. So these are some of the advanced preparations that everybody needs to put in place before you travel. These are some of the things that you need to put in place so that by the time you be traveling, you would have been well positioned. You wouldn't be caught by time and you'll be struggling. You wouldn't be caught by time and just present a visa application that will be refused. Let me check for other. No, Mark Van Luis, what is the minimum ending balance? Already I have explained to you that the closing balance you need to prove, you need to show as proof of fund depends on so many things. Already, you understand? It's based on so many things. Your tuition fee, the duration of your program, your family background, and all those things. So I wouldn't be able to tell you that the closing balance should be 200 cedis, the closing balance should be 500 cedis. But in your personal bank account, at least you need to have something reasonable. If the money is so huge in your personal bank account and you can't show the source of the money, becomes problem. You understand? You need to show the source. So if you have a business, then it means that the money that is you are generating, the money you are getting from the business is what you are saving there. And all these things, they have some technicalities, because when you are running a business, no business person would like to have 500,000 Ghana cedi in his or her account. That is 5 billion, 10 billion in business account. Business account, they need to be buying a lot of things to be running the business. So you see, if it's personal, you are a teacher, you've been teaching for 10 years, you've been teaching for 5 years, you've been teaching for 3 years, you are teaching for 3 years. How much is a teacher's salary? That you have 80,000 in your account. So you see, they know your salary. They know. Some of these people are brothers and sisters who are visa officers. So it's not all of them who are these Caucasians. No. Some of them are these blacks from Ghana, from so and so. So they know. So you need to be careful as to what you present. And even if you have a land, you have a house that you have even sold, and you've deposited the money in the account, you need to show that, oh, I've sold a property and the money is what I've deposited into my account to even use it for my living expenses, or to use that to pay for my tuition. So it's very key. So I would like to end it here. I've been speaking for 1 hour 17 minutes now. I would like to end it here. These are some of the things. It's not compulsory. Put it into action. If you are somebody who likes the information I'm putting across, you like it, why not like the like button, share this information to reach as many people who may be interested in traveling. Share it with people who can make use of it. You are somebody who wants to travel on a visitor visa. You want to travel on a visitor visa. Things that I have shared, they are the same thing you use. You have business. You can even use that business that you are running to travel on a visit. And you know, on a visitor visa, you can do so many things. You want to work somewhere, you can use that to do it. All these things will give you good points. What if someone is sponsoring you? Even if someone is sponsoring you, you need to have a bank account of your own. You need to have money in your own personal account and attach it to it, so that they know that you're not going to be a liability. What if the person going to sponsor you even dies? You are in the country already and the person dies. How are you going to even pay your tuition fee? How are you going to pay your living expenses? These are just things on paper, but practically it may be different. But you need to have something, have a bank account and attach it to that one. I have gotten a sponsor. Somebody sponsored me as an anchor, but I have added my own personal bank statement to it. I have added these documents to it to make it solid. Then they know that this person has added value to himself. The personal development is key. So that is that. Thank you so much. I'm grateful to all those who are sharing the videos, those who are sharing the posts, those who are talking to other people to come and follow the page and all those things. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I can see that we are really expanding. We are expanding. First, it was only 12 people who were here. One guy in Nigeria, Joshua Chinedu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing the page. Thank you so much to all those people who are spreading the news. Thank you so much. God bless you. He said, Oscar, did somebody ask a question from Benjamin? Oh, okay. You are doing great, Mark. Oh, thank you, Mr. Anani. Thank you so much. What about those who are able to do it? Okay, good. Sorry, the network just jumped. Those who are not into any business, well, if you are not into any business, then at least you need to have something to come and prove. Already, I have spoken. If you are a teacher, see, teacher is supposed to be a consultant. Mr. Anani, based on what you have said, let me say this. as a teacher, just go and register a business register Benjamin Educational Consult. When this new curriculum came in, when the new curriculum, the standard-based curriculum, there is a big opportunity for teachers. Mr. Anani, let me tell you this. You see teachers who went to Ho from Volta region to go and they were trainer of trainees. Do you know those people can actually be education consultants? Because they didn't send anybody from the private schools to go there. So as a teacher, a professional teacher who was sent there, you can register a business as well. You can register education consult. You send proposal to these private schools. Send proposals to them and tell them that you are a consultant. So you can come and do a capacity building for their teachers. You can even do capacity building for the proprietor, the headmaster, and all other teachers. Come and teach them based on standard-based everything. There is every video on teaching, how teaching is done in Canada, how teaching is done in US, how teaching is done in UK, on YouTube. Just go and learn on those things. So when you send proposal to these schools, they will accept it and ask you to come and do the capacity building for them. You charge them a lot of money. Me, if I want to do that, I will not take less than 2,000 for 2 days capacity building workshop for a whole school. For example, Misawe, Montessori, or Premier Preparatory in Pando, Delta School. I will not take less than 2,000. Just get another person or 2 or 3 of us. One will talk about methodology of teaching. Another one will talk about how to prepare learning materials, the learner resources. Then another one will talk about character formation. Talk about those things. You take money. 2 days, you take 2,000. If you are not into any business, I can't force you to register it. But I can only advise you to register a business if you can. If you can't, fine. Register a small business and polish it. Polish it on the face of the in the face of the visa officer. Make it look so nice, so beautiful. You have farm. You are even doing farm. You are into yam farming. You are into maize farming. Register it. Your name is Kofi Agriculture Venture. Kofi Maize Production Ventures. John Production Ventures. John Poultry Farming. John Piggery. John something. It will give you a whole lot of points. Before you are issued visa, you need to meet certain requirements. So you are doing this to ensure that you meet the requirement. The requirements are met. Once you do that, it gives you a lot of points. I have just spoken about things that I was doing. I have a business. I have a foundation. So you see that. And the positions that I held. I was a project officer in Harvard Haji Dekope. I was assistant head. I was doing. So these were things that I put on paper. These were the things that did the magic for me. They know that this person indeed is good. So, Mr. Anani, that is it. You are somebody. See, now people are doing a whole lot of coconut farming. People are into coconut. People are into maize. You can do plantation. You can even go and plant some 3 or 4 plantain. You can have some plantain farm. You can even have palm kernel or something. Go and register it in your name. Go and stand in front of the ablajo tio ye do the family vai do ablajo ame wodela. Avec the photo clean na kokpere no na corner visa officer that this is what I'm doing. I have this palm plantation, I have this banana plantation, I have this plantain plantation. That is what I'm doing. It will do a lot of magic for you. Do it ahead of time. Do it. Business registration is just 300 Ghana cedis. Do it. It will move you, to give you a lot of points. In Ghana, I think the Registrar General's law says that if you need to start a business before you come and register it, but you need to do the registration within 14 or 20 days. Start that and register it. Yeah, you have maize. All of us, we are into maize farming. All of us, we are into maize farming. Register that maize farm. 12 square maize farm. Register it. Make it so nice. Make it so beautiful. Just get one shed. Put 2 tables there on Saturdays in your community. You are in Vakpo, you are in Bando, you are in Aloy, you are in Fesi, you are in KJB, you are in Ho, you are in Mafikumase, you are in Agbodrafo, you are in Germany. Get a shed. Put 2 benches there. Go to the community center and tell and make an announcement that you are a teacher, so you want to be doing free extra classes for the kids on every Sunday or every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. or to 1 p.m. It's free class. Kids will come. The parents will even sack their kids to go because it's free. Once you are doing that, get somebody, when you are teaching, get somebody to come and take you some nice pictures. You see that? Register that remedial class. Even once you are doing this to a time, when you do it, kids are coming 30, 40, 50. Parents, they like free thing. You start with them as a free class. A point in time, tell them that, give every kid an envelope. Tell them to send it to their parents. Teacher support. Teacher support. Some of them will even send you cassava. Some of them will send you maize. Some of them will send you cassava dough. Some of them will send you corn dough. Some of them will put money into it. You are living life. So you see, trick. Then a point will come. You tell them that a whole year, a whole term, everybody should pay 10 cedis. They are 50. They are paying 30. You get 500 cedis. You register it. This will give you money. You'll be making small money from this. Before you realize, Charlie, you make money. You get money from here, even do your passport. You get money from here and do your birth certificate. You get money from here, register other things. Good. God bless you so much. God bless you. I'm always grateful. We will enjoy. One day, the struggles will pay. The struggles will pay. It will not be easy, but I can guarantee you that at the end of it, at the end of the day, we will smile. God bless you. God bless you. Share this video. Share it for people to share this video for people to have access to it. Share this video for people to see it. Share this video for people to make use of this authentic, valuable information that I have shared with you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.